Marian Barasa, KTN.
Tension rocked Friends International Center Church along Ngong Road in Nairobi today after the congregation split into rival groups as worship was disrupted. The stand-up follows claims that some church leaders were irregularly appointed. In a dramatic turn of events, doors to the pastor's offices were broken into and the locks replaced. Our reporter, Haman Kamariki, has the details.
If indeed they are serving God, the Almighty God, and if indeed they understand the Quaker faith, the core values of simplicity, of equity, of peace, then they need to calm down.
No more friendship at the Friends International Center Church here in Nairobi. Once known for harmony, is now at the center of a growing storm as internal wrangles deepen at the church. What was meant to be a normal worship service turned chaotic on Sunday as one group of worshippers continued singing in church while another sat in silence, openly protesting. When the guest preacher stood up to deliver the sermon, a large section of the congregation walked out, leaving out a small group behind to continue with the service. Investigations by KTN reveal that the church has now split into two factions, with the larger group strongly opposing a decision by the church top leadership, the Ngong Road monthly meeting and the Nairobi yearly meeting, under the leadership of Benson Simiyu, to dismiss 4 senior pastors.
We have had leaders whom we have nominated 3 times that have been chased away because of no reason. So currently we have no leaders. So we are wondering how the highest hierarchy of leadership in our Quaker faith will just see us as people who have no qualities to lead the church.
Worshippers who gathered outside the sanctuary said their pastors were removed without due process and are now demanding talks between the top leadership and the congregation to resolve the crisis. Sources close to the church who requested anonymity told KTN that the pastors, including Senior Pastor Walter Bolemo, Fanuel Demesi, Florence Irungu, Gilbert Watima, and Dr. Simon Haemba, refused to sign new contracts that would place them under tighter control by the Central Church Office, that is the yearly meeting, arguing that their original agreement was permanent and directly with the local church. Reports further indicate that the pastors declined the new contracts over fears of a broader scheme to sideline and weaken them.
If you look at NYM and monthly meeting, because of the bile they have against these pastors, what they've decided is, as the way they interpret this status quo is, they have the powers to do what they want to the pastors. And so they've decided that they'll chase them out of the church. They decided they'll not pay them. For now, 3 months, those pastors have not under salary. It's just members coming with unga, some vegetable and giving them, and some small cash and giving them.
There are also claims that the Nairobi yearly meeting leadership intends to take over the church title deed and control its finances. Allegations strongly rejected by worshippers who are now demanding the immediate reinstatement of their pastors.
Our pastors were employed by the church, the Friends International Center local church. They want to transfer them to the Nairobi yearly meeting, payroll. These pastors are human beings. They have loans, they have children, they have rent to pay, they have so many responsibilities.
Speaking to KTN, members of the congregation said the pastors' offices were broken into and the locks changed, and that the clergy were warned against accessing the offices or going near the altar.
There's no way someone can just come to a pastor's office and break into the office and change the locks.
However, the preacher who led today's service, Kennedy Wahungu, who is reportedly backed by the upper church leadership, declined to comment. His supporters also refused to speak to our team. We reached out to the leadership of the church, who said the actions they took against the pastors were according to the constitution, saying they are ready for dialogue.
The wrangles at the Friends International Center here in Nairobi, Ngong Road, are far from over. After the service today witnessed 2 factions, one in the church and one outside, with court cases in progress. Haman Kamariki, KTN, Nairobi.
A rising wave of frustration